Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Jerry, and we are the Military Collectibles Shop. So, welcome back for another edition of What's New at the Military Collectibles Shop. It's summertime, so things have been a little hot and sticky, so we haven't had a ton of people out, but we managed to get some cool stuff in, nonetheless. So, always good. Without further ado, Mark, what do you got over there?
Okay, we have a couple of Army Air Corps sergeants' four-pocket jackets with the ruptured ducks on them, so it's kind of nice. Be nice if it was the 8th Air Force or something, but it's cool.
Not everything can be 101st Division or 8th Air Force, but...
Oh, wait! I got 101st... Oh, it's 102nd Division.
So close.
Well, still, close.
Nice World War II uniform. Always liked the World War II uniforms. I think they were classy looking. That's cool. I don't know.
The helmet.
All right, your helmet. Your helmet. All right. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. Got in a Normandy pattern camo German helmet, M40, liner-ish, named to the guy. I was actually able to find him using the German Bundesarchive search for, unfortunately, fallen soldiers. And I did find his grave where he's buried in the memorial in, I think it's in France. But a nice, kind of unusual that the decal was left uncamoed, so that they taped over it and then sprayed a little bit of a rough camo finish. But the traditional 3-color Normandy, kind of neat to find. So I was very happy for that. Obviously, as those of you who've watched the series know, this is going in the Jerry collection. So my apologies to all you guys who are trying to email me right now, trying to buy it. Sorry, it's already sold.
Well, I have Army Air Force's Parka.
Those are cool. And winter is coming.
Yeah, winter hits us pretty hard. But still nice.
Yeah, that was kind of a neat grouping. Did that come with the other tunic? The light jacket? That one there with the polar,
oh, yeah.
with the polar bear on it?
Yeah, with the polar bear. Look at that.
Alaskan Defense Command.
And it's got pants with it.
Well, that would be strange because the R1 was Army Air Force. But I don't know. But didn't they come together?
I don't know. These guys got there somehow. They must have flown.
That's true.
And then he probably lost his jacket in the poker game.
Where's my jacket? Right. The cool thing about the Alaskan Defense Command patches is that there really is a wide variety of polar bears. So it's one of the patches that guys will actually collect by variation. With the different threads, some are more white, some are, pronounced black lines, some actually have some gray in them. So it's kind of a neat patch that way. I've also seen one that was done by the local people, the Inuits. I don't know if they're Inuits.
Eskimos?
I don't think you can call them Eskimos anymore.
Okay.
Whoever natively lived in that particular region, they did it with beads, and they were done in all little bitty beads. So it was very cool. And they were actually on mucklucks, which you probably can't say anymore either. Native American footwear of the northern western region.
Okay. This isn't made out of the beads, though.
No, that's just a standard embroidered one. Okay. But kind of neat. And the Alaskan Defense Command, because you can see Russia from there. All right, this was cool. This is kind of an unusual piece. I'm not gonna pull it out of here, but it's like basically half a birthday card to an SS Sturmbannführer, Winzler, who, through a little bit of our research, was actually in charge of one of the concentration camps in Spain. And this is from Madrid, 1944, and it's signed by a bunch of his people. One of the people we actually were able to identify the signature as being his secretary. So kind of makes sense, all falls into place. Kind of an unusual piece. Interesting story, if you research this guy, he ended up disappearing at the end of the war. And this piece actually turned up in Ecuador. Just saying. But kind of an unusual piece. And obviously anything SS is interesting. And the concentration camp itself was mainly for communists. It wasn't a concentration camp that was used for Jews, because as you may or may not know, the Spanish Inquisition of the 1600s actually purged Spain of most of the Jewish communities that lived there. So unfortunately, long history of that there.
We got I think this is 1951. Yeah, 1951 cartridge belt.
Korean War.
Yep. Police action.
Yeah, there you go. This was neat. This actually came in with a bunch of British stuff, British cap badges and things, but it was the piece that I was after. It's actually a little World War I Imperial German Guard Decor badge of some sort. So I think it's for civilian wear, or something like that. But it's the Guard Decor symbol. No, you'll see this on their helmets. Like you see it on the swords, it's the Guard star. They call it, with the Guard emblem in it. So that was neat. So you always have to look, even though it was listed as British stuff, you know, I was able to identify that as German, and yay. A neat piece that, again, I'm going to actually add this to my small but growing Imperial German collection.
Okay, we got some gas cape bags. I believe they're dated 1944.
Yep.
And
They're all the same maker? GDV?
I think they all are the
GDV?
same maker.
GDV?
And I think we got 5 or 6 of them.
GDV, yep. And these all have the Prim snaps on them. You want to see the Prim snaps. You don't want to see original Prim. Ironically, snaps marked original Prim are post-war. So these were strapped onto the gas mask canisters, usually. Frequently discarded by the Germans because it was kind of one of those useless things in the event of a gas attack. It's just going to help them identify the body. You know, so not a lot of help there. But nice German piece of field gear kit, always popular with collectors. This is actually really cool. I always like, you know, sort of space stuff, and this is actually part of a Russian MiG pilot's G suit and helmet. So the G suits had a bunch of like, I don't know, it was pneumatic. Mark, blow on this. But it would basically, when you fly, your blood rushes out of your head and goes other places. So this squishes it back in your body so it stays in your head, if that makes sense. It keeps you from passing out, or it brings you back. And these suits were actually used in a lot of different movies because they're such kind of a cool looking space suit. They ended up in a lot of sci-fi movies. So neat with the helmet and the little locking collar, little rubberized neck thing to get your neck through, you know. And so that's really cool. Just, I don't know. I think that's awesome.
Wow, is that going in a Jerry collection?
I don't know. It's pretty cool, though.
We got an officer's breast eagle in. It's a little oxidized.
Yeah.
But hey, looks great.
Is what it is.
Or that's frosting on there.
Oh, here, you can do that.
Oh,
Since we're talking German.
it seems to be a Knight's Cross with the oak leaves. 1957 version.
But at least it's real.
Yes.
So the Germans in 1957 allowed the military awards to be worn again that anybody had won like during World War II. And so they came out with what are known as the 57 versions, where they removed the swastikas, replaced them with oak leaves. And so you'll see the whole host of wound badges or tank badges. Some of the different ones like the arm shields, they actually turned into ribbons. Cuff titles like Africa cuff title, they turned into a ribbon for them to wear. But still kind of a neat piece of history. And people actually collect the 57 stuff. So it's kind of neat in a non-offensive way. And the first real Knight's Cross that we've ever had come in. So there's that. This is kind of cool. This is a grouping. A World War I grouping, all from a guy. It was the lady's grandfather, and he was actually a World War I ambulance mechanic. So he's got the First Army patch with the red ambulance with the chicken below it. The first ambulance guys that ended up in France wore the rooster patch of France on their uniforms, so they're volunteer ambulance drivers. And then this is part of the First Army. It's the first time I've actually ever seen the ambulance thing going on there. And then he's also got the medical, because he was a mechanic, he's got the crossed hammer. So a nice tailored uniform, which is unusual for an enlisted man, which is nice to see. We got the pants, we got the hat, we got a shirt, we got the puttees, we got a compass from him, we got a Bible, we got his hat with the caduceus on it, couple little pins.
Ooh, look at pocket watch.
Yeah, a little pocket watch with the French Croix de Guerre on the back of it, and then some photos of him, which is nice. He's actually right here. So that's very cool. We got his discharge papers, some more photos of his group, evacuation, ambulance, something, a silvered match safe holder with the caduceus, the medical caduceus on it, and a parade photo of him and some other people in some veterans parade somewhere. So that was neat. Anytime we can get a grouping in, I mean, it's nice enough getting a World War II grouping, but to find a World War I grouping and then to have it be something unusual, like an ambulance guy, with a lot of the little sundry items, that's just fantastic. I was tickled to get this. Very, very excited to get this. And the family is actually going to be providing some more pieces too. So that's very cool. And then to kind of end on a somber note, I also got in just a paper grouping of from a guy who was with the 508th Paratroop Battalion, and he was killed on D-Day, 1944. So part of the D-Day invasion. We got the Purple Heart, and then the presidential accolade, and then a unit photo, which is kind of strange because it's a replacement training center unit photo. So I still got to tie that in with the 508th. But that's the way history works sometimes. Things that you don't think go together. and there's a reason for it. You know, maybe he went through the training, volunteered for the paratroopers, ended up in Normandy, so we're actually researching him now, trying to find the circumstances of his death, you know, that unfortunately he was killed. You know, a lot of 82nd guys ended up in the, you know, they flooded a lot of the landing zones that they were landing in, so a lot of the guys actually ended up drowning in some of the flooded fields that the Germans did. They hit, if he was a glider, no, he wouldn't have been a glider guy because he was 508th. So, yeah, so, but very nice. Thankfully, this didn't end up in a dumpster, which we unfortunately became pretty close to. So it was saved, which was fantastic. We're going to try to find the Purple Heart. It might still be out there. You know, I've got his name, so we'll run that through and see what we can find. So again, an interesting smattering of stuff. You know, World War I all the way through newer. Well, newer 1990s Kevlar helmet, you know, and a little bit of everything in between. So that's usually the way it works here. We never know what's going to show up. We're always impressed by stuff. We always have to do research. A lot of times we have to do research on the fly. You know, hey Mark, when's the last time a MiG group came in? You know, it's like never. It just, you know, the you know, an SS birthday card. Now we do have a large collection of documents, and we've got some other pieces like that in there. So I had a little bit of an inkling of value of that. But you know, trying to run down the signatures, and obviously it's a hand-done piece, so just verifying that I was happy enough with its originality, and looking at the different signatures, and you know, being able to verify that that's an original piece, you know, is kind of important. So, but it's always fun. So we love doing this. Yeah, and then other uniforms and stuff. We got a lot of gear. We've been trying to work on the shop. We still got a big pile of uniforms behind us. Those are supposed to be going on eBay, so we're trying to get there. But unfortunately, we're two of the hardest working guys in the military business, and we just haven't been able to get to it yet. So, actually, Sherry's the hardest working person in the shop, but she hasn't been able to get to it yet. So, but we will. We keep working. Mark and I are in acquisitions. We're good at buying stuff. We'll leave the selling to somebody else. So. So thanks for joining us on our journey. We appreciate you having here. We love reading the comments, even the negative, horrible ones from some of you people who don't really have anything better to do. You know, get out of your mom's basement, go play outside. But we love hearing from you. I've been running into a bunch of people just out and about, you know, and they're like, "Hey, you're the guy from the video." It's like, "Oh, thanks." You know, it's always nice to meet people who've seen the videos. So thanks for that. Subscribe if you can. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. That's our goal. Come on, subscribers. So if you like us, you hate us, doesn't really matter. Just subscribe to us, because obviously, even if you hate us, you still keep watching. So you must be a glutton for punishment, because we told you in the beginning we're not getting any better. So this is kind of what you get. Yeah. So
stuck with this.
And but thanks for joining us. We appreciate you having you here. So until next time, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Mark.
And we are the Military Collectibles Shop. Remember to visit our website, www.militarycollectorshq.com, or for those of you who can't remember that, militarycollectiblesshop.com. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.
This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. Right leader to gold leader, locking S foils in attack position.